I have tried this video so many times, and every time it kind of has given me a chance to redo my plan, so I don't necessarily mind it. But I think I finally have figured out what I want to do. Welcome to the video. Uh, this is been a long time coming for me. Um, Now, from my New Year commitment video, I said I wanted to improve my Japanese language skills. And I thought at the time that I was going to use a program that I had purchased during Black Friday. And I've tried that. And although I like it, it isn't quite right for me. So I decided to do something else. And that's kind of what you see before you, the something else I'm intending to do. And so, easily enough, I am going to give myself a Japanese reading challenge. Now, when it comes to language learning, I am a firm believer in making sure that you have fun, because if you're having fun, then you know that you're going to be able to keep it up. And because that's simply the case, I decided, you know what, whatever plans I had before, whatever textbooks I was using, whatever programs and stuff, I had planned to use. And yeah, there are some online programs that I'm still planning to use for like more firm study of Japanese, but like I've kind of reached the point where I need something that is more of a challenge. And so for me, that is exactly what this is. Now, I got this challenge from watching a Tokini Andy video where he did a 30-day manga reading challenge. And so yeah, I am not gonna do I'm not gonna do a 30-day one. I'm like it's gonna be pretty much 3 months because I'm not at that level, and I don't know like I don't know if I'm going to try to take all that kind of time. But it kind of will be interesting to see in 30 days how many books I've read. And certainly what you see before you, I don't believe that I'm going to read all of these in 3 months either. But you know, the point of the challenge is for it to be a challenge. So, yeah, let's talk about it a little deeper so we can understand what's going on. So, one of the problems I've found through studying is kanji. And of course, kanji is such a huge problem because there's so many kanji, and and understanding kanji in context is extremely important. So, I've kind of struggled throughout the years of figuring out how to do kanji. And I've watched a few videos and I've read a few articles, and I think I have kind of finally have found a way for me to do it and not feel like I'm studying. And so um, I'm going to credit some of the I'm going to credit some of the videos in the description, but one is from that Japanese man Yuta, where he talked about kind of studying kanji, and again, the reading comes up, and I forget the other channel, but it's the same thing. So essentially, they all talk about reading, and reading being the best way to get kanji, and certainly to get kanji in context. And sort of what you do after that, whether you put it in an Anki program, or me, I have an Access database, like how you look at it afterwards, like the goal of it, like from what I understand, the goal of it is to just get that repetition. And so that is what I'm concentrating on this year, is getting that repetition with kanji, and hoping that I can begin to acquire better kanji understanding through the reading process. So yeah, I've kind of put it all together in that I'm going to be reading, which, I was kind of doing reading anyway, but I'm just going to tackle it a little harder than I have before. And in that process, I'm interested to see what's going to happen. So, yeah, that is kind of like the background work for what I'm doing, kind of thing. Like, just to like reiterate, it's basically I'm trying to acquire more Japanese skills. And through that, I'm planning to read and to see how far I get and how much better my understanding is. So yeah, that kind of is that. And with that, some of the other tools like the kanji dictionaries and the gshow.org and things like that. So yeah, I will be using those kind of programs and whatnot to help me, you know, look up words and look up words that I don't know, look up grammar rules and things like that that I may not know. I just got a new grammar book, so that should help as well. So yeah, so that's kind of like the background stuff, and we might look at that a little bit deeper later in the video. But for right now, I'm just mentioning it because I am basically just saying that yeah, there's going to be some background work. So yeah, let's look at kind of let's look at what I'm planning to do. I keep saying plan a lot, but it really is kind of simple. And the plan, of course, is to read a number of series. And so, first up is the series Days. Now, I've read this whole series a few years ago, and I kind of wanted to redo it because I wanted to see if I had improved from the last time I read the series. Now, this series might take the whole 3 months. I'm not quite sure because there are 43 books total in the series. I just finished number one and I'm now on number two. And so I consider the 3 months to have started um, like yesterday when I thought about it. So I do count reading book one as part of the challenge. And now we're at book two. And so, yeah, the goal is to see if I can get through, like, I'm pretty much assuming that I might get through the whole series in the 3 months. But like I said, it's kind of a challenge. And so I'm going to allot myself more time than I usually take reading Japanese to actually try to get through this more, just so I can have a little bit more of a intensive study. So yeah, that's the first series I'm planning to do, which is Days. The second series I'm planning is a series called Kabuki Boo. And there are 3 books in Kabuki Boo. Right now I have 1 and 2, and I have 3 on order, so it should be here by the time I'm ready to get to it. So, well, it should definitely be here by the time I'm ready to get to it. But these are kind of a series I want to read because there's a longer term project I would like to do. And I know that the vocabulary that I'm going to get out of this is going to be extremely helpful. Likewise, for another series I'm looking to read, which is A3. And so, A3, of course, is quite a few books because you have 4 seasons and each season has 2 books. So that's what, like, yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. So that's 8 books. And so, yeah, like with Kabuki Boo, the purpose of this is to not only just read the story and gain understanding, but it's also to try to develop kind of theater specific language and use that for another project that I'm having. So, yeah, that's the third series that I'm kind of hoping that I can get to. Well, not hoping that I can get to, I will get to, because just because I finished the 3 month challenge does not mean that there won't be another challenge. I have to tell myself that. So, next up as well is, of course, Twisted Wonderland, and that is right now 4 books for Heartslable. I don't know if it's a finished arc or not. I haven't flipped through those yet, but I play Twisted Wonderland the game, and so I'm interested in seeing how different the manga is from the game. And so, yeah, that is, you know, on my list of things I want to read for this challenge. And if I can't get to it this challenge, Then, of course, there is always the next challenge because once I finish the 3 months, the plan is to, of course, make another 3 months. And so, right, with that also comes Dragon Goes House Hunting or Dragon Buys a House. And this series, this series right now has 9 books. So right now I have all 9. And so I'm really kind of eager to get to that because when I purchased that, I'd seen the anime and I really enjoyed the anime and I kind of wanted to see what the manga would be. And so yeah, that is also on my list to see how far I can get. And like I said, I'm not sure if in 3 months I will even get that far, but it most definitely is something that is going to be on the reading list for the challenge. So now we're going to get a little bit more into the why I'm willing to go through so much effort. Now, of course, I want to be fluent in Japanese, but I also want to get to the point where I can read more than just manga. So, my kind of next step, and that's much more long term in my studies kind of thing, is going to be reading Japanese light novels. Now, I have a number of them in English, and that's just because I was doing a little bit of research as a writer to see how, light novels work and whatnot. And it's better to do that in my native language than trying to do it in the language that I'm learning. But I really do want to read, I really do want to read light novels in the original language. So, of course, it's kind of a long term project, and I've started a little bit, is Kabukibu. And Kabukibu for the light novels has 7 books, and I do have all 7 of them. And so, as you can see, I do have all of them. And so, when I talked about having the vocabulary from reading the manga, that's kind of what I meant. I wanted to be able to see the I wanted to see the kabuki related, you know, terms and vocabulary in their kind of furigana form because you don't have the same kind of furigana in light novels, and that kind of is what makes reading it a lot different from reading the manga because now you have to go through a little bit more work. So yeah, right now I'm moving exceedingly slow, but it's actually interesting to do it. So, right, long term, I want to get through Kabuki Boo, and then I want to get through A3 as well. And so, I kind of want to do those because they're light novels. I know that they extend well past what you get in the manga. So with the light novels for A3, I know you get through acts 1 and 2. So of course you have the first act, so you have the 4 different seasons with the main cast that comes in, and then of course in the next 4 books you have act 2. And with act 2, you're getting the new characters that come in for each troop. So that kind of extends the story. Then I'm assuming that the newer ones that just came out are kind of going into Act 3. And if there's an Act 4, because I haven't really kept up with the game. I've not really kept up with the game. Sorry, I heard talking. But I've not really kept up with the A3 game. So I'm not sure how far they are, and that's why I'm interested in reading the light novels. But like I said, I know that they're going to be a very long term project because even looking at what Tokini Andy was able to do with light novels, it takes him quite a while. So I'm assuming it's going to take me a very long time and a whole lot of looking up, and that's kind of why I got the kanji dictionaries and everything that I would like to use for study because that's the slow project. But there's also the school babysitters that I also got in light novel form because it's just a separate story from the manga series. And it's going to be kind of the same little problem. These are light novels, so it requires extra work out of me. And so yeah, that kind of is the big thing that I'm looking for in advancing my studies, and certainly being able to better go through the light novels will will kind of help me see whether or not I'm having true progress, because if I can get through the novels faster, then obviously that means I'm retaining more and I'm getting through more. And you know yeah, that's kind of how I that's kind of how I see it. And yeah, that kind of is that for the challenge format. Like I said, there are some other things that I'm going to be doing in terms of actual study, and like I might I might kind of do those as separate videos, because I kind of would like to do product reviews of them and kind of show you then, you know, a little bit more about what I actually like about each product. And so, yeah, as far as this video is concerned, I'm going to consider it complete, because I pretty much said everything that I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say regarding to what I will be doing for the next 3 months. So, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. And if you like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment, share, do all that kind of stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.